Well, tonight on Primetime, you can see it's a packed house because we have the best in the nation. And after a tough season facing some of the top competition in the country, we have your 2026 Equestrian National Champions. So excited to be joined by the University of South Carolina Equestrian team. First, congratulations, you guys. This is incredible.
Thank you so much.
So excited. This is so impressive. First, Coach, I got to start with you. What does it mean to see what your team has accomplished?
This team has accomplished a lot in the past 2 years since I've been here. They were SEC champs last year, and now they took it a step further, even when we didn't know if they could, and are now national champions.
What an incredible feat. Natalie, what does this mean to you?
It's awesome. I mean, I've been here for 4 years now. I'm a senior, and to see the improvements that the team's made in my 4 years is incredible.
Absolutely. So for those who aren't really familiar, I mean, this is kind of a foreign world to me. Kind of break down what the national championship, what that looks like.
Well, the first thing that most people don't know is when we go to the national championship, we do bring horses, but we do not ride our own horses.
Interesting.
So the horses go into a pool of horses that are randomly selected by the other teams. So we work our way through the bracket riding other teams' horses with only a 4-minute warm-up, and then we compete head-to-head against another rider on an unfamiliar horse.
Always. Now, break up a little bit about the different competitions. You have the jumpers, and Natalie, kind of explain that to me.
So there's 4 events. There's 2 Western events and 2 jumping seat events. I do the jumping and the flat, which are the 2 English events, and then there's 2 others also. So 4 total. There's 5 riders in each, and so 20 competitive points to put on the board.
Wow. And I do have to say, because y'all took down number 2 seed at Texas A&M, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And as a Texas Longhorn, I have to say this makes this win even sweeter, but
I
I'm
love
so
that.
excited for you guys. So just what was this competition like, the intensity? Just talk to me a little bit about the mindset going into this.
Well, we came through a very hard bracket. We played a team that I coached previously at SMU in Dallas that was very competitive, and then we beat them, and then we played the number 1 seed, Auburn. And we took Auburn down, and I think we walked in on Saturday like, okay, if we can get through this, we can get through anything. And everybody just put their heads down. Our Western team came out, gave us a huge lead, and we were able to close it up at the end with the jumping seat.
That's incredible. Natalie, talk to me just a little bit. I mean, you've been here 4 years. The teamwork, the mentality of just everyone getting around each other, focusing on what's at hand. What was this like for you to see from where you started to now as a leader at the end of your career?
Yeah, I mean, I think our team culture is one of the strongest things about this team, and so it was great to see, there's 49 of us, but everyone has a job on this team, and everyone really came together to support each other, and I think that was what really gave us the edge.
Absolutely. Coach, work ethic. I mean, obviously we're celebrating the national championship win, but there's so much behind the scenes that went into getting here. Talk to me a little bit about what your team has accomplished.
I mean, we've been practicing for this since school started in August. I mean, a huge shout out to the University of South Carolina, our athletic director, Jeremiah Donati, and our president for really putting a lot into women's sports. They house 35 horses in our farm in Blythewood, which is always open to the public to come out and see the horses and come out and watch them eat. But, this group has driven to Blythewood every day, done their practices. We do team workouts. They had the top GPA, in athletics pretty much, and a women's team. They were very, very strong and, kind of led the way in community service as well. So they're pretty outstanding.
Yeah, I'd say so with that.
Yes.
I mean, an incredible team. And this is only part of it because stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break. But after the break, Greg Adeline is joined by the rest of the team. You see them right there. So excited to continue this conversation. So don't go anywhere. We got the national champs coming back after the break.
All right, welcome back to WIS News Primetime as we are here with the champs, the South Carolina equestrian team from USC, winning that national championship, and we just have to give them the honor that they're due. These are multiple-time national champions with this program, but the most recent obviously coming this year. All of these ladies just doing such a fantastic job winning that natty. in Ocala. And, I was asking them before we got on whether or not these are their riding shoes. They said no. In fact, these are their training shoes. These are what they use. And so, again, give me a little bit of an idea what the training routine is all about. So you said, how do you train?
We do a lot of lifting, but we also do yoga, Pilates, and like circuits, like ab circuits, because having strong abs is really important for riding.
Right, yeah. I mean, you got to stay on that horse, and that's what it's all about. Really intense competition, and we have Alexis Potts and Emily Patton who are talking with us. Emily, we're going to start with you. You're a freshman. This was your first go-around. Give us an idea of just how exciting that competition was, and take us inside the ring and what it was like competing.
I mean, it was awesome to have the opportunity to be in that crazy of a scenario. And I mean, it's a lot of pressure to be put on anybody, but I think our girls are just, that's how you grow up in this sport. And it was incredible to get to experience that in the show pen, and the crowd was just incredible. And every time you walked in there, you just felt your whole team around you. It was awesome.
Yeah, Alexis, give us an idea when it's trying to corral that horse, or at least get that horse to do what you need it to do to impress those judges. I mean, it's really kind of up to the horse. How do you keep it under control?
Yeah, I think that your adrenaline really takes over. It's really different than when you're competing, in the outside world. You're doing it for 39 other girls standing next to you. So there's a lot more on the line, and sometimes, that makes it worse, but a lot of times it makes it better. So I think that puts a lot more meaning on it, and that really brings the best out in a lot of us. So like Emily said, that made it so special, and having our whole team there backing us all, it was just one of the best days ever.
Yeah, and you never know what you're going to get when it comes to the judging, because there's always that little element of the unknown. Coach, you were mentioning that to us a little bit, and when you saw the girls compete, though, a lot of those variables, I imagine they were able to just handle it and win a natty.
Yeah, we tell them all the time. Most of these girls have competed since before they're even 10 years old, and the pressure is something they've learned to deal with. And we told them here, there's no pressure. This is a performance we're putting on. Just do the best performance of your life, and let the chips fall where they're going to fall.
Well, you definitely made us proud here in Columbia, and made all of South Carolina proud, winning that national championship. We got the trophy down here, and I will say, as impressive as the trophy is, I have to say that some of the belt buckles that we've seen have been equally impressive here. So I got to say, that's a pretty impressive belt buckle.
Thank you.
Okay, now what does it symbolize there?
This is a high point buckle from the quarter horse industry. It's a has-been buckle. I won it in 2013.
Nothing wrong with that. So you've had it for quite a period of time, but that's the sentimental value, and you carry that through your career. And I tell you, just the whole outfit, just incredible. And again, congratulations to each and every one of you, making us all proud, winning a national championship, the very best in their class. So you really can't beat that. That's what it's all about. The Gamecock equestrian team at the University of South Carolina, national champions for 2026, joining us on Primetime. I got to say, we got to get a little credit here too, because we brought in like 50 people on this team, and we're excited to have them. But we wanted to make sure that each and every one of you got your due tonight on Primetime. We know that all of South Carolina is cheering you on and proud of all of your accomplishments, but we're going to come back with plenty more Primetime after this.